Welcome back to That Adventure Couple. We have landed in Singapore, so let's see what adventures we can get ourselves into today.
Today was travel day. We arrived in Singapore this afternoon. We kind of screwed up our booking on the room, so we had to book a new room. So for our evening out,
we had dinner at the Maxwell Food Center.
The Maxwell Food Center is like 60 or 70 booths selling different types of food. Most of it's, local Oriental style food. There was some Indian in there as well. There is one booth there that is Michelin star rated. However, they were sold out of chicken by the time we got there. So if you're going to the Maxwell Food Center, you want to arrive there probably more like 6-ish. We got there at about 7. Our next stop for the evening is the light show at Marina Bay Sands. So hopefully we got a good seat for the show. So our seat for the light show is not too bad, but if you want the best seat in the house, I think you got to get a spot on this boat that's out here. There's a few of these boats driving around on the little lake, and they've got the front row seat.
The light show is kind of fun, and we're all for free activities, so if you're in the area, it's definitely worth a stop. After the light show at the Sands, we headed over to the Gardens by the Bay Park. Of course, every time we pass a children's play area, Courtney has to stop and play around.
I'm mostly filming this so when you fall and bust your butt, I have it on record.
Huh?
Nothing.
The Gardens by the Bay consists of 3 beautifully manicured parks that total around 250 acres. There are many different things to do at the Gardens by the Bay, including the Flower Dome, which is the largest glass greenhouse in the world. But tonight we are in search of the iconic super trees. The super trees are located near the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. They're impressive to see and lit up all night, but we had an unexpected surprise because we got there just in time to see our second light show of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are pleased to commemorate Tilburg's 30 years of giving to the community. Watch the super trees come to life and enjoy the show.
Watching the light show in the Gardens by the Bay was far better than watching the Marina Bay Sands from across the lake. The super trees do their light show every night and is definitely a must-see when you're visiting Singapore. After the light show, we are off to bed because we have a full day of adventures planned for tomorrow.
So today is our first full day in Singapore. We started with going to the gym this morning at our hotel, and now we are heading to Garden by the Bay to get some really pretty photos during the daytime. We also stopped and grabbed breakfast, and it is called pia, and they are little bread things with different flavors on the inside, so we're really excited to try that.
All right, let's know how it is. This is the pineapple one. It's got
Yeah,
pea
it
on
has a
top.
pea on it. Really good.
Yeah. Is it like a croissant or is it like a donut?
Flaky, like a biscuit.
Okay. So it's like a biscuit with pineapple goo in it. Right. Sounds
It's like
good.
a sweet biscuit.
The public transportation in Singapore is fantastic. It's really easy to navigate, the stations are all super clean, and the trains are very smooth and modern. We opted for the 3-day pass with unlimited use, and it was a really reasonable price. As an added tip, if you ride in the very front of the train, you can see down the tunnel, and we thought that made the ride a lot more fun.
We are back at the Gardens by the Bay. This time it's the daytime and it is hot out here. But we gotta go check out these greenhouses.
We are going to go into the cloud forest, which has one of the biggest indoor waterfalls.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
When we were purchasing our tickets, there is a combination pass to do both of the greenhouses. We were informed that the Flower Dome was better to do during the day and the Cloud Forest was better to do at night, so we are going to visit the Flower Dome first.
We are in the Flower Dome at the Gardens by the Bay, and it's architecturally really impressive. And man, it's full of plants. It's really pretty here. Plus, it's air conditioned. So even though it's really hot today, it's nice and cool in here.
The Flower Dome holds the Guinness World Record for the largest glass greenhouse. It spans 3 acres and houses flowers and plant life from all over the world.
We are currently walking around the Flower Dome, and it is absolutely beautiful. There are tons of little sculptures, and each area has a sign saying where most of the plants are from. So there's a Mediterranean area, an Australian area. It's really beautiful here.
After visiting the Flower Dome, we headed back over to the Super Trees so we could take a stroll across the Skywalk.
Walking on the Skywalk. It's pretty cool. It does cost about $10 to get up here.
Have a really good view of the city. You can see the two domes on the other side, which we were just in one of them, and then on this side you can see the Marina Bay Sands.
The next stop on our Singapore adventure is the ArtScience Museum. But on the way over there, we ran into a dance troupe shooting a music video, so we stopped to watch them perform for a few minutes. My favorite part is the camera girl really putting in the work. The ArtScience Museum opened in 2011 and houses several exhibits. The most notable is probably the permanent exhibit known as Future World. Future World is full of colorful exhibits that are interactive and fun for all ages. We drew our own fish for the aquarium. I drew that adventure couple fish for YouTube. And Courtney drew this seahorse. There's a similar display to the aquarium, only in this case you draw your own airplane. But this time they give you a controller so you can fly your airplane around the room.
Oh, she's crashing into the trees. There, gotta pull up.
We had a ton of fun playing with all the exhibits at Future World. The ArtScience Museum also has a rotating exhibition on loan from other museums around the world. It will depend on when you go what the exhibition is. There's a virtual reality exhibit as well, and this also changes every few months. Of all the fun experiences here, I think this crystal walkway might have been my favorite. Going to be getting dark soon, so let's head back to the Gardens by the Bay so we can go to the Cloud Forest.
Okay, so we decided to save the Cloud Forest for the evening because they light it up at night for the Avatar display, so we're going to go do the Cloud Forest now.
The Cloud Forest is home to one of the largest indoor waterfalls in the world at 35 meters. It was narrowly beat out for the world record by the waterfall at the Jewel in the Singapore airport. The Cloud Forest maintains a cool, moist climate and houses plants from the mountainous regions of Asia and South America. We visited during the Avatar exhibit, which explains all of the funky colors, but the exhibits do change periodically. Visiting the Cloud Forest at night does make it a little harder to enjoy the plant life, but I am a huge nerd, so I did really enjoy the Avatar experience with all of the interactive activities. Although both the greenhouses are a little bit pricey, we did really enjoy them and felt as though they were worth the price of admission. It's been a long day and we're getting pretty tired, so it's time to head back to the room. We did have to stop for dessert though, because I am a sucker for a nice snow cone. We took most of the next day off of filming until it was time for dinner, and we went to the Le Passet food market.
We walked about a 20-minute walk from the Marina Bay Sands to head over to Citystate, which is another type of food court.
So it's a lot of chicken and beef and fish on skewers cooked over open pellet flame. This is located right next to the big food court where you can get whatever kind of food you want. These are the skewers you can get on Citystate. We've got the chicken ones, 10 chicken skewers or whatever flavor skewer you want for 8 Singapore dollars.
This is at the Le Passet food market. We tried a lot of different kinds of food here, and it was only about $15 in total. Of the food markets that we visited in Singapore, the Le Passet was our favorite. We have had a great time in Singapore so far, but it is a tropical island, so we better hit the beaches while we're here. Be sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next episode when we take you to Sentosa Island.